Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Yes, it's time for Mind Your Business with me, Audrey Seek, and Ahmad Akhtar. So let me ask you, we all know about smartphones, smart homes, but have you ever thought about having a smart wardrobe?
Ooh la la.
Yeah, imagine this. Every single piece of clothing you owned, not crammed into a messy closet, but perfectly cleaned, cataloged, stored in a climate-controlled space, and just a tap away from arriving at your doorstep when you need it. So forget about those overstuffed closets and say goodbye to digging for that one jacket you haven't seen in months. I feel attacked.
That is right. And today's guest has turned that fantasy into a reality. She's the founder and CEO of PAKT. It is a digital wardrobe service that lets you store, track, and even rent, apparently, your clothes, all while giving them the 5-star treatment they deserve. Barbara Yu Larsson and her team are redefining what it means to care for your clothes without sacrificing style, space, or sanity.
Yeah, so let's dive into this world of digital fashion. We're delighted to have her with us this morning. Barbara Yu Larsson, founder and CEO of PAKT. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning, Audrey. Good morning, Singapore.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming on. We love a good origin story on the breakfast show. So can you tell us how PAKT sparked into existence?
New businesses often start with personal pain points. And when I moved to Hong Kong with my family in 2010, we came from London, a lot of winter clothes, ski clothes, and all that summer warm weather wear. Well, there just wasn't enough room in the service department. And what I realized is that after the first year, we didn't wear much of it. So I began to search on Google, talk to all my friends, try to find that pristine storage solution. But I knew I wanted more. I wanted a digital inventory. I wanted to remember what I had in storage. And I wanted on-demand collections and deliveries. I couldn't find it because it didn't exist. And that was how the idea of PAKT came about.
Okay, so you worked and lived all over the world. It seems Taipei, New York, London, Hong Kong. And it seems like these are very urban places, right? Places with maybe storage issues when it comes to your homes not being big enough. How has this global background kind of helped shape your vision for PAKT?
I think it's allowed me, or it's made me think big. So the PAKT vision is bold. I say that I'm revolutionizing the way people manage what they wear. And we're really looking at solving urban problems because people living in cities they have busy lives, they're looking for convenience, they just don't have enough space. And this is something that has really struck me as I've lived around the world. And I think we want to make sure that PAKT certainly addresses Asian urban issues, but we have global ambitions. And then having traveled around the world, meeting a lot of clients, speaking multiple languages made a big difference.
All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts of the service. You've described PAKT as a digital wardrobe. Can you explain what that means and how the tech behind PAKT works? Can you walk us through perhaps the experience of someone using the service?
Yes, so PAKT is, when I say digital wardrobe, it's both a physical archiving and storage service where I very much wanted to have a white glove valet come and collect the clothes from your home. And then the tech comes in because we are then providing you with a digital inventory of everything that you're storing. And we've really, we take professional photographs on mannequins, and you have a very easy-to-use wardrobe that you can filter in many different ways between brands, color, season, and also how often you wear an item, when you last wore it. And Audrey, as you know, for women, when we go to a lot of parties, it's quite good to be able to keep track of that.
And men go to parties too?
Yeah, men go to parties too. Okay, so you can also do that here. But I think what makes PAKT unique really is having the physical service that is a high-end service underpinning digital solutions. And right now we're in the process of developing, that will soon be in beta, an AI powered styling function. So there you go, Ryan. You're going to have help with your styling. That will be able to try the clothes on in your own wardrobe.
Wow, okay.
And that's exciting. And that's going to be in, the first stage will be in beta testing in about a month for PAKT clients.
Fantastic. I know you can't hear Ryan right now, but he's beaming from ear to ear.
Oh, yeah.
At the very sound of that.
So, Barbara, tell us, who is PAKT PAKT's main audience or demographic? Who is it really designed for? Is it designed for more high-end fashion lovers? Is it busy professionals? Or just anyone who wants a more streamlined kind of wardrobe?
Yes, anyone. I'd say we have B2C and B2B clients, but it's really for anyone who wants to make the most out of their wardrobe. And we have clients who are ranging from their 20s to 60s, men, women, different nationalities, and they're all connected by an interest to make, to look after their wardrobe well and to make the most of it.
In terms of the cost, how much of a hole does this burn in the pocket? I see that you have PAKT X and PAKT Luxe services. Yes. Could you get into a little bit about what these are?
We have these two products currently. PAKT X is for everything that is in your everyday wardrobe. It's from a jacket to a dress to shoes to handbags. And they go in blocks of 10. And price is reasonable. So everyone must have 5 items or 10 items that they want to store with us. We collect, we inspect, we photograph, we UVC sterilize, and then we store.
Okay, and so where are these pieces physically stored? Is there a limit as well to how many items a customer can keep with you?
Unlimited. So some items store 1 wedding dress, 1 for a coat. Others store hundreds and more. So really the minimum is 1 PAKT Luxe.
Okay, how big is the business right now? You kicked off operations in 2010, so it's been about 15 years?
In 2016 we launched it in Hong Kong.
Okay, so it's been about 9 years.
It is going into the 9th year. We had a couple of, bumps along the way, but we opened in Singapore at the end of 2023.
Okay.
And now we're looking at other cities in Asia. And I think when we go there, it will be much more on a franchising licensing model.
Just curious, what were some of the challenges you faced in convincing people to store and manage their wardrobes externally? Because I suspect people that like to hoard their stuff or like to see it, in plain sight would maybe have found it difficult to jump on that bandwagon.
I think having such a professionally done digital wardrobe help people because that kind of makes the angst a little bit less painful when you can actually see it in your phone and when you know that you can have it next day. But yes, there was definitely an education process.
Yeah.
There was definitely that need to change people's mindset that PAKT is a better way to wardrobe. And I always say that, really the clothes that you already own are the most sustainable, full stop.
Yeah, so speaking of challenges, here in Singapore, at least, we know the challenges of heat and humidity when it comes to clothing care. What types of fabrics or garments are most at risk in this climate, and how does PAKT handle all of these challenges?
Okay, so the mold and insects attack fine fabrics and fine clothes. And interestingly, they're not interested in the synthetic fibers.
Yeah.
So generally, those don't have a problem unless they're dirty, and then mold has a chance to grow. And then, of course, mold and humidity are terrible for any leather products and for fur.
They like the expensive stuff.
They do. They're smart. So what we do at PAKT is we have what I call a clean room, and that is 24/7, climate controlled. We maintain the temperature at 19 to 21 degrees. 50 to 60% humidity. It mustn't be too dry because we don't want the leather and the furs to dry out. And we have dust and odor filters, and it's a clean space. And in addition, we have industrial fans because air circulation is so very important. The space between hangers must be sufficient so that air can circulate in between the items.
Yeah. Was all of this a big cost for you to take on?
Well, I think what was really interesting was coming up with a business process, because before this, no one had really done it before. We certainly are the first mover here. There are 2 other companies, one in the U.S. and one in London, that do parts of what we do. But I really wanted to create that circular wardrobe. So that's archiving and storing the clothes you already own, looking after them well, giving easy access to dry cleaning, repairs, and alterations, and then helping sell what people don't want, because if you don't like it, the next person may. And this was all about just trying to make the most again of people's wardrobes.
Yeah, I think it's great that you guys also provide a service to help customers resell or recycle pieces that they no longer want. When it comes to reselling items, who makes the judgment call on how much it should go for? Is it you guys? Is it the customers who would ask you, I want a minimum of X amount of dollars?
It can be a combination, but often we give the initial suggestions on price points because my team is working with the various platforms. So we work with Vestiaire Collective very closely. We work with Hula in Hong Kong, Hunt Street here. We are and now working with Reflaunt. So we don't have the actual platform, but we have the clients who have the clothes that need to be sold. So we're the source.
So you're definitely part of the circular fashion economy now. How many pieces, if you had to ballpark, have you recycled or resold through PAKT?
That we've sold, thousands.
Wow.
Yes, thousands. And the circularity is really such a core part of the PAKT business. And last year we won the Vogue BMW Innovation Prize for innovation, circularity, and sustainability.
Oh, wonderful.
And that was super exciting.
Fantastic. Speaking of innovation, what is the most interesting piece or item that you've had to store so far?
Oh, hands down, it was a Victorian Father Christmas outfit in velvet with so many decorations. I mean, it was stunning.
To the tune of how many thousands of dollars?
Yeah.
Well, it was probably, I don't know, a museum piece. I mean, it was really stunning.
Piece.
Wow. Are these
Incredible.
pieces insured?
Yes, we have great insurance. We have transit insurance and in-house warehouse insurance. So I'm very proud to say that in these 8 years, we've not had an insurance claim. I hope that doesn't jinx me.
Wonderful.
But I'm very proud of that fact.
Yeah. So what have been some of the biggest lessons, Barbara, you've learned building this company across a region as diverse as Asia with all its different, climates and consumer habits? What have you learned?
Well, it's been interesting because Hong Kong and Singapore, although they have their differences, still are very much the same type of city in terms of logistics, right? They're small, they're easy to get around. Hong Kong, we offer next day deliveries. In Singapore, I'm aiming for same day because it is that much smaller.
Yeah.
And I think the interesting part about logistics for a young company is that it's not 100% science, as you would think. I'm not a DHL, but it's kind of 80% science, 20% art, because my ops team are using the data that they're finding to be able to predict when clients are going to book their collections and deliveries, and then they arrange the flow. And if someone's an outlier, they'll call them and say, do you really need it today? Can we deliver it tomorrow? And this interaction with clients actually has been really good. And I think what it's taught me is talk to your clients.
Yeah.
Hear what they're saying. And always keep them informed, right? So if you're late or something goes awry, just tell them.
Yeah, it seems like you've done a good job of rolling out this service in Hong Kong and Singapore. Are you looking further afield to expand into other markets?
Yes, definitely. I think Asia is a perfect place for PAKT, to continue growing. And we're looking at 4 or 5 other cities. But here I've been approached by property developers in those cities, and perhaps it will be working with local partners, whether that's a JV or franchising. But because the interesting thing, especially about Southeast Asia, is that there are many languages and, as you said, many customs that I would need to learn about. So it's better to have a local partner.
Well, it's been fascinating hearing how PAKT is reimagining wardrobes for the digital age, helping people care for, use, and even rediscover their clothes in smart and sustainable ways. I know I need to rediscover some of my clothes. Barbara, it was so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Barbara Yu Larsson is the founder and CEO of PAKT, and you're listening to Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.